Hello, GB Networks here. Today I'm going to be bringing you a video about how to download, install, and configure VMware Workstation 16 Player. This is the free version of VMware. Obviously, you can make virtual machines in it, but you can also run Windows 10 like we are today. You can run Windows 7. You can run Windows Vista or Windows 8, and you can even run Linux and Mac OS applications. But today we're just going to run Windows 10 just because that's the most updated Windows. And Windows 11 isn't really here yet. It will be by the end of the year. So we'll just do Windows 10 today. So let's get into it. So right now, kind of a side note, you will need to kind of have a decent PC. I would recommend 16 gigabytes just because you will have to partition out your RAM. Just kind of like a little side note there. But let's get into it. So you just go to your favorite web browser here and you just type in Google. I will say VMware install, and then you will want to do player 16. So you go down here and you will want to go to download VMware Workstation Player on the VMware's website. And you will see this, try Workstation 16.0 Player for Windows. And all you do is you just save the file, and I will be back when this is done. We are back now and it is fully downloaded. So now all you want to do when it's fully downloaded is you will want to click open file, and it will open here pretty soon. And I will be back also again when it opens. And then you will want to install it. It takes a little bit, but it doesn't take too long. It takes a couple minutes, and then so you'll get a setup wizard. So you just click next, you accept the license and terms, click next again, and then you don't really need the enhanced keyboard driver. This is if you're doing an external keyboard or whatever that you want. You will probably want to add VMware Workstation and console tools into the system path, just because you can use different tools that you can download off of their website too. So you just click next, and then you don't have to do this. I won't do this, but check for product updates on startup. Sure, we'll just do that. Desktop, start menu, and next. And then we will install. And I will be back when it is fully installed. Alright, we are back and it is fully installed, and so after that you can add the option if you want to have it start up right away, but I didn't do that because I'm just showing you now. But we are back on my screen now, and as you can see, this little icon, VMware Workstation 16 Player, is available. So all you want to do is you just want to click that and it will launch. And since you don't have a license key technically for it, you just want to do the free one, and you just click finish. And now we are at the home screen for VMware Workstation. So this is where you can do your configuring and things like that. So you have a couple options. You can create a new virtual machine, open virtual machine, or upgrade to VMware Workstation Pro, which is the one you have to buy, but we are just going to go with the player. So now we create a new virtual machine. And as you can see, we have the installer disk image file, which we will be needing, which is the ISO, or I will install the operating system later. So now what we need to do is we need to get the ISO. So for that, which is, if you don't know what the ISO is, it's just how you boot it, how you can boot Windows 10 up in VMware or anything like that, or if you're doing a brand new PC, that is kind of how you do it. So all you do is you go into your favorite browser, go to Google, and you can type in Windows 10 ISO, and you just get that, and it's actually supported by Microsoft itself, so it is free, it's legal, everything like that. You just download Windows 10, you go down here, and you go down to download tool now. What this will do is it will give you the ISO files, and that will make VMware be able to read it. So that is completed. So you just go in, you click yes, and it's just getting a few things ready. So I will be back when it is ready. Alright, so now it will show this option. Do you want to upgrade this PC now, or do you want to create installation media, which is the USB flash drive, DVD, or ISO file from another PC? You will want to click this. And so user recommended options, yes, you will want to do that, and you will want to pick the ISO file option. So now you just click where you want to save it. The desktop is fine for me. And if you don't want to do the desktop, or if you have a bootable flash drive you want to do, that is completely fine. But I just like desktop just because it's a little bit easier. So now I will come back when it is fully downloaded and ready and we can install it into VMware. Alright, we're back here, and as you can see, it is done not setting up, but downloaded. And so it will take you to this screen here. It says burn the ISO file to a DVD. You don't really need to do that, but you can just click finish, and then it'll set up its cleaning, and then that is basically it. So now you can close out your window of your browser. You go to, let's see here. So yeah. And so that is the ISO file right there. So what you want to do is create new virtual machine. So now we will get into the configuring and you're installing the virtual machine. So you will go to installer disk image file, the ISO. You will want to go to browse, and then wherever you saved it, that's where you will want to go. And so if you did it right, it will show Windows 10 64-bit detected, or if whatever version you used, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows Vista, whatever you wanted. And so all you do is you click next, and you can name it whatever. I'm just going to leave, well, I guess I'll name it this test. And as you can see, you can choose where it will save. And so we will click just next. And this is where you can choose kind of like the advanced options. And so you can see maximum disk size. It recommends 60 gigabytes just because that is, you can do a lot of different stuff in the virtual machines, and that is what you are allowed to do, or that you let the virtual machine allowed to do for the space that you can give it. And then down here, I'm just going to do 60 gigs. But yeah, down here you do store virtual disk on a single file or split virtual disk into multiple files. And let me see here quick. So yep, so I want to do store virtual disk on a single file just because I'm not going to be moving this anywhere else on a different computer. Plus this is just kind of a test one, so I will just do store virtual disk as a single file. It's just easier that way. And as you can see, you can also go here to customize hardware. This is where you can really get into it. So you can give it to recommended memory. So this is where you can up your memory. Say if you had a 32 gigabit RAM computer, you can do 16 gigs of that, 8 gigs, 4 gigs, 2 gigs. We'll just go to the recommended memory of just 1 gig. So we'll take this up a little bit, and we will go to 1 gig. And then you can choose your processors. I'm just going to really kind of leave this alone just because I don't really want to mess with it too much. But as you can see, you do have quite a bit of options that you can do. So I'll just do 1 gig, and then you do close the hardware after you get done with that. And then after that, you just click finish. And then it will create a disk, which doesn't take too long. Then after that, you can access your virtual machine now. And then that will be it. And then after that, I will show you how to get into it and set up Windows 10 on this. All right, and then after you press OK, it will take you to a bootable screen that just kind of says, it might say timed out, or say click here to boot off of the ISO or CD. And so you just click a random key on your keyboard, and it will usually take you to this Windows setup. So now we are setting up Windows. So you go to install now, and then it will say the setup is starting. Now this will take a little bit just to kind of activate and everything like that. So I might fast forward here in just a little bit, but it says activate Windows. You don't need to do that. So you just have, I don't have a product key. And here you can choose which Windows version you have. I'm just going to go with Windows 10 Home just because It's the first option there, and then you go and click next. You accept the license term, and then I tried this before, and if you do upgrade install Windows, the first one here, sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it does. I don't know if it's just a bug in Workstation 16, but if you go to custom install Windows only, it will work, and then it will show this, and then you just say next. You can do a couple different things, delete, format your drive, which I don't really recommend. Just pressing next is probably just good enough for now. And then this is where it might take a little while. So actually I will fast forward here, and I will see you after it gets done installing.
Another hair hangs slowly, time is slowly taking, and the violence causes silence. Who are we mistaken? But you see, it's not me, it's not my family. Here, they are fighting with their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns. Here, they are crying. Another mother's breaking, heart is taking over. When the violence causes silence, we must be mistaken. It's the same old thing since 1960.
Alright, I'm going to budge in here quick and just say that did take a little while. That took about 10 to 15 minutes actual time. And now it's just kind of going over some updates and things like that. So instead of making the video really long, I'm just going to cut it here, and we will come back when it is all ready. Alright, we are back now, and we are officially on our virtual machine running Windows 10 on our host machine, which can be either a laptop, PC, whatever you want, but we are officially ready and set. So you can do anything you want. You can actually access the internet if you want to, and it comes automatically with Microsoft Edge. You can still download your favorite web browser, but as you can see, we are on the internet. We are even connected and things like that. So yeah, that is all that has to do. So that will be ending the video right now, and stay tuned for more videos in the future. Like and subscribe if you want to, and I will see you in a video next time. Thank you.